If you love God, love people, and love real estate, you guys are in the right place. My name is Mr. Derek Forston, beautiful.
And I'm Shanya Shea Forston.
And welcome to the live broadcast, Don't Wait to Be Great, where I am your host, Mr. Derek Forston. And she just said her name's Shay.
Right.
So watch this. If you love God and love people, you're in the right place, because tonight we're going to be talking about how do you build a waiting list or not.
Right.
So I saw a question that somebody posted today in the ILF Academy, and seemingly looked like it almost started a fight. So I had to jump in the middle of it, and I want to talk about that tonight. So, but before I get too far, we're going to do our regular stuff, right? Let me know if you're new to us, right? Also put in the chat, where are you located? Now, if you're into the Facebook group, you probably I won't be able to see your stuff. So if you want to come over to YouTube, you're more than welcome. But anybody that's in our Facebook group, some of y'all don't even know us, and that's pretty cool too. But I'm Derek. I'm your new big brother.
And the owners of the Facebook group.
And the owners of that Facebook group that you guys are in. And we teach independent living facilities, which is an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So let's get that clear first. These are not group homes. They're not IDDs, and they're not ALFs.
Oh, I love this.
Makes sense, everybody? Yeah. So we will be discussing tonight how to build a waiting list, or in my opinion, is there a such thing as a waiting list? Because the way I view it, it's kind of a waiting list and it's kind of not. So Shay, do you want to hop in first on any angle?
I'll just say this. There's a lot of misconceptions and a lot of false information, inaccurate or incorrect information that's being put out in the ILF Academy. And like you said, it started darn near an argument to where I literally put somebody out of the ILF Academy for the way they were treating someone else. But there's a lot of ways to skin a cat, right? Everybody's way is a little different, but we tell you, if you're going to do it the right way, which is be cautious, be forward marketing. So making sure that your marketing, you can do both simultaneously, but at the same time, what you don't want to do, if you do not have a nest egg to kind of help keep you afloat, and you end up with that house faster than you expected, and that phone is not ringing, you're in for a very rude awakening. Nothing's worse than having an ILF and a house that you're paying about I'm going to say anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 a month to manage with nobody in it. And if you haven't saved up and you haven't, again, and your phone is not ringing, that's a problem for you, the individual. So as you all know, this is a business, right? This is not a hobby. This is not something that we're just doing for kicks and giggles. We're literally taking people from homeless to hopeful, utilizing this model. And if you want to do things, do it right. Be cautious about how you run your business, and make sure that it makes that the dollars make sense, and that you're really looking at the bottom line to make sure that you're doing things well in just in order, in decency and in order. So I'm going to go with you. So you go ahead and start.
So I see in the chat that somebody says, good evening, everyone. God is right on time all the time. Today's topic was on my mind today. Somebody else said, I'm getting out my pen and paper.
Yeah.
Right. So one more time, if you just joined us, put in the chat where you're located, city and state, because we're getting ready to just jump right into it. And Jermaine, I'm going to try to be short tonight. I always say that, but it kind of, tonight I plan on being under 45 minutes. Somebody can time me right now, and I'm already 7:04. So I got less than that. So I got 36 minutes probably. Watch this. So for new people, just to give a brief intro, guys, ILFs are just simply an environment where adults can live and thrive. They're not group homes, so it don't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. That's the beauty of this, right?
Yeah.
But on the side of, like, once you get into this, and I like to even say before you get into this, we believe in building relationships.
You have to.
So instead of using the phrase, how do I build a waiting list? I want all of y'all to change that. And how do I build relationships?
I love that.
Because without relationships, this don't work. It's two things in this business that if you don't have it, it ain't going to work.
You can forget
if God ain't in it, it ain't going to work long term. I can see people getting this and God ain't in it, and it works for a while, but the longevity of it, no. And the second part, again, is kind of what tonight's topic is. And I want to change. How do I build my waiting list into how do I build relationships?
Yeah.
Again, today I saw 5 people individually post, got my first house. What do I do now? Crazy. And we talked about that Monday night. That's not how you do this. And on the other side of it, in my mind, there is no such thing as a waiting list. We serve a population of people that when they call your phone, they need the housing right now.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have it, they're going to call the next person. That's the reason why we came up with that whole HRA, the housing referral agent. And I'll talk about that in a second because I don't want you to get lost. But one more time, in terms of the way I view it, there is no waiting list.
Correct.
When Tyrone call your phone because he cold outside and homeless, he ain't waiting on you talking about you going to have a place in 3 weeks. But the way I view it, if we're always building relationships, if we're always meeting social workers, case managers, social service providers, the Goodwill, the Salvation Army, if I'm on the board of my homeless shelter, all the things that we tell you guys to be a part of, if I'm doing that continuously, my phone's ringing every day. So essentially, I have a waiting list all the time. But the notion of what y'all be saying about, I'm going to build a waiting list. People are not just sitting there waiting on y'all because they need the housing right now. So I
want to add this. You're not just going to, you want to also build relationships with other ILF owners or housing providers, because that's where you can start generating that income to help build your business and the house itself. So that's what Derek was talking about, the housing referral agency that we'll get into. But that's what you're going to do. Building relationships doesn't only mean the people that are going to be referring into you. You also build the relationships with people that you can refer into while you're waiting for your house, or while you're in that process of trying to allocate a house to do your ILF in. And for those of you that don't know, we are the trademark owners of the education behind the independent living facility model. Okay, you can look us up on the USPTO. So that's why this is where we get the knowledge from, because it's something that we built and branded.
Because we also messed it up so bad in the beginning until we got it the right way, right? We told you guys on Monday night, that's actually why we're really good at this, is because we've been through the ups and the downs and the bumps and the bruises. I've been on the Channel 8 news the wrong way. Why you think some of those posts that I've been putting out lately says, don't end up on the Channel 8 news the wrong way?
Yeah.
Guys, I've been on both sides. I've been on the side now today where they're celebrating us of the great work that we're doing in the community. But have I been on there also when they're talking about, what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
Right? So again, guys, so can y'all put a number 7 in the chat? We're less than 8 minutes in the room. What we said so far, does that make sense?
Correct.
And I'll pretend you just got in. The way I think of it, there is no such thing as a waiting list. But if we're always building relationships, if we're always doing the outreach and the reach out, guys, one of our biggest secrets is that I show up everywhere with coffee and donuts to hospitals, social service agencies, and nobody turns down coffee and donuts.
Or even
so when my assistant caller says, good morning, may I speak to the director of social work? Good morning, Miss Pam. How you doing today? Great. I would love to know if Tuesday at 10 o'clock is a good day for Mr. Derek and Miss Shay to stop by with coffee and donuts to talk to you about their program and how y'all can work together to end homelessness. We'll send coffee and donuts before Derek and Shay arrive. Y'all go ahead and enjoy it, and I'll make sure that Mr. Derek is there by 10.
Yeah.
That still gets me into every hospital in my city. So the lady that said that she's taking notes, ma'am, take that. I'll teach that. We show up nowhere empty-handed, because watch this. Everybody in your city trying to do this. And everybody shows them saying, me.
Oh, gimme.
I got a client. I got a house.
Gimme. It's the gimmes.
But nobody calls and says, you know what, man, thank y'all for the great work that y'all do here. Coffee and donuts on me today. And I've attached my business card and flyer to the donut box. If you happen to need housing, give us a call.
Yeah.
That's the difference, ladies and gentlemen. So I believe in, because we market so much, and we use this thing called Lift. If you're taking notes today, Lift for us stands for LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads.
Yep.
That's 5 different places, especially if you're using Digital Flow Solutions, which is the software system we use to get this all out.
Correct.
90% of every client that move in my place come from Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, or LinkedIn. Because just like most of y'all found me running my big mouth talking about this, no different from these social workers and case managers that are looking for what we do.
Yeah.
We advertise this on social media like crazy. But like I tell all y'all, my favorite one is the in-person meetings.
It makes more sense.
Where I can shake their hand, Shay.
Yeah.
Right? And then nowadays, for some of y'all that has got these 9-to-5 jobs and you really can't do it in person, what about a Zoom meeting or that thing called Team Meet, Google Meet? They got a bunch of stuff now of how we can jump on the screen together.
Yeah.
I gave somebody the advice, Miss Keller, gave her the advice. I think it was Monday afternoon. I said, sis, what about doing a presentation where it's just more than one social worker?
Or
We
more than
call
one
that
organization.
one-to-many.
Yeah. More than one.
She's like, oh my God, I never thought of that. So that way you can say, Mr. Social Worker, we're having a meeting on Tuesday at 10 o'clock on the Zoom. There'll be other social workers on that meeting as well.
Correct.
And I just want to take 5 minutes of y'all time to talk about how we can work together to end homelessness.
Yeah.
And that's how, guys, I build a waiting list of always doing that. Now, let me answer the second question that all of y'all thinking. Well, Derek, if I do that, what happens when my phone rings? That lets me know that you new to me and you don't know that we got a program called the HRA that allows you to do exactly what I'm telling you, but because you don't have a house yet, you can refer to somebody else that already has the real estate. It's called the HRA, the Housing Referral Agent.
Correct.
And as I'm at 712, Jermaine, I'm doing good, I think. But watch this. If y'all text HRA to this phone number right here, it'll give you my, I think it's 11 minutes now because my team trimmed it.
Yeah.
I got an 11-minute webinar that'll change your life.
And it's complimentary.
Because 90% of y'all started just like me years ago. Can't really go buy a house today. Can't rent one or lease one yet.
Right.
But what if I taught you how to answer that phone, do a short assessment, and then refer to somebody else? And then when that person, Tyrone, move in, you just made a referral fee.
Yeah.
Now, years ago when you met me and Shay, you had to have a house to make this work.
Yeah.
Today, you don't. You need relationship, which is the first thing I opened up with. You don't need a house so fast. You need relationships to be able to fill that house.
Can I want to piggyback to what you just said. And the reason why we say you don't need a house so fast is because what a lot of people don't realize, like there was a prime example of it right here in the ILF Academy last week. Someone got a house and they quickly had to get rid of the house, or they're being kicked out. I don't know what the circumstances are behind it. They didn't go into detail or share much information, but this is what ends up happening. A lot of people get the wrong information, or they don't get any information and they go out and wing it. And they're not really used to or know how to operate these independent living facilities or these independent living homes. And it makes it difficult for them to stay open, right? So the HRA is the opportunity for you to kind of understand what it looks like to do an assessment, what it looks like to have those calls come in, for you to set up processes before you get the house, or while you're in the process of trying to obtain the house, to build your processes, right? What does an assessment look like for you? Or what is your intake process? What does that phone call sound like? Are you saying the right things? Or are you scaring the heck out of people by saying the wrong things? Right. People don't realize that a lot of times you go into places and you just start running your mouth and you don't know what you're saying. And 9 times out of 10, I can guarantee you a case manager or social worker is looking you dead in the face and saying, we are not going to refer to this person. Yeah. We're just not going to do it. We've been in the rooms. We've heard the conversations. Case managers have talked to us. And like today, I had two case managers come to my house. And I did, and this is something that I don't normally do, but this is not a new relationship, but new case managers from an organization that I usually work with. But their team kind of got revamped. So they came out to do an open house, a tour of my ILF. And also while doing the tour, they brought a lady for me to assess. So I did the assessment right there. The case manager said, well, we're going to go sit outside on your beautiful porch. And one of them smokes. So she was like, I'm going to go can I go to the smoking section? I was like, absolutely. And I'll leave you to do your assessment. What most people don't realize, Derek, is that there is a process behind that. I didn't just have a conversation with this lady. I had a conversation with a case manager first. The case manager is still going to have to give me a follow-up because there's things that they did not have that's on paper. I got documents that I have to sign in order to get this lady's complete file, because she's been at this place for over 8 months. So I want to know the why. And a lot of people don't even know to go that deep into the process. And then they're opening their doors and shutting the doors because they're running into all of these issues and problems. So that's why the HRA is so imperative, because you get the opportunity to start creating your processes. Listen, if you're taking this as a hobby or just a quick way to make money, don't do it. Don't do it, because you're dealing with people that's really in vulnerable places, in vulnerable positions in life. And then you're just going to set them up to be placed back in a more vulnerable position, right? For those that are getting houses and literally not understanding the process, not knowing what to do. We don't just put people in rooms together. That's not how this goes. There is a process that is done to help you make the right decision on who you're bringing into your house and who you're going to room them with if you're doing shared rooms. So it's a lot of things that go into that. And again, the HRA, Derek, to me is the basics. It's the foundational aspect. One, to make sure that your phone is ringing. Your phone can ring and you can have terrible leads. You may be the person, because you're the new kid on the block, we're going to give you all of the dumps. We're going to give you every last resident or client that we can't place with nobody that has a really good ILF or housing program. So we're going to send you anybody. And a lot of people don't even realize that that is a thing that happens on a regular basis.
Because you're not the only one doing this, y'all. So
Yeah.
what Shay is saying is literally, she just said it, but I'll repeat it. When you're new at this, they're not going to send you the best of the best all the time.
They're not.
They're going to lean on the people that were already there, unless you stick out so much. Like the lady told Shay, she says, "Oh my God, y'all need to get more of these in Sanford, Florida."
Yep. She's like, "Can you please?"
She said, if it looks like this, we'll only send our people to you. So have y'all heard me use that term? How do you become the preferred vendor? It ain't you filling some form out. It ain't you taking no class. Katara Johnson, tell the people how you became the preferred vendor.
Yeah.
You stuck out like a sore thumb that got hit by a hammer. You ever been watching cartoons and that character hit their thumb with the hammer and it started doing this, pulsating? That's how you stand out when you do it the right way. Because watch this. So many people do this the wrong way. Yeah. God, that's why we got good at this. The lady in my city, when I first started this, she was making $41,000 a month housing people in rats and roaches.
Right.
And I simply just said, why not me? But do it the right way. I was like, oh my God, this girl made 41 grand housing people in roaches and in rats. And because I knew y'all weren't going to believe me, I took pictures of it. So that's the way I usually open up every presentation. But I wanted to get straight to this topic of everybody saying, well, how do I build a waiting list? Well, we just talked about it. And again, if you like to change and use my verbiage, we're not building a waiting list. We're building relationships.
Yeah.
Because that's how you're going to get so many phone calls to where you can't handle it. And if you're new to me, and if you've never heard me talk about that HRA, God bless you. Because that's the thing that gets you started now. You guys can start the HRA tonight and make a referral to me tomorrow. I'll Zelle you so fast it'll scare you. You'll be like, oh my God, that guy really sent me that money. Yes, because you sent me Mr. Jerome when I didn't know Jerome. Jerome called your phone line. And if you watch my free webinar for 14 minutes, probably 11 minutes now, because they trimmed it to cut out that music in the beginning, 11 minutes will change your life and get you started today. So one more time, real slowly before we take a commercial break, text HRA. Don't put it in the chat. Text HRA to 407-326-0086. Let's take a break and we'll be right back.
Hey, what's going on, family? Please make sure that you watch our webinar, which is the first step to getting started. So just text the phrase more info, MOREINFO, to the phone number 407-326-0086. Don't type it in the chat. Don't put it below. Text it to that phone number. That way you get that free webinar, but also it leads to a discovery call with me and my team to see how we can get you started. So again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. Show me anything else where you can make such an impact in your community, serve God, but also make a bunch of money doing it. We don't hide that. We want to make a lot of money doing what this is so that we can extend our hand in the community and continue to be the answer to affordable housing. Text more info to 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's get back to the show.
All right, we're back.
All right, we are back, and it is 7:20. And if my math is correct, Jermaine, I got 25 more minutes. And big bro, believe it or not, I'm pretty much done.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I wanted to talk about. The next thing, and I will take probably 4 questions, but the next thing I want to talk about is, guys, I got an ILF masterclass coming up Most of you guys remember that one from, I think it was in December. We had over 1,300 people sign up and over 790 people attended. So we having another one, and it's free of charge and there's no travel. Remember, I vowed to help more people this year, and this is one of the ways, and there's no cost to it. Normally, I would want $9.97 for a class like what I'm gonna teach. Guys, it's free and it's online, so you can come in your pajamas, your nighty-night clothes, or you can stay in your uniform from work. And if you text the word GROW, GROW, to the phone number 407-326-0086, that's how you guys are going to be able to join that. And my team don't even know this yet, but the first 25 people that sign up, I'm going to do something a little bit special for those people after the masterclass. And I'm going to teach that for hours. That's going to probably go for 2 or 3 hours easily. So one more time and we'll move on because I only got 19 more minutes. Text the word GROW, GROW, to 407-326-0086 to join us online via Zoom, 7 p.m. Eastern, February the 17th.
I want to share something. Jermaine just put something in the chat, and I want to challenge. I'm going to push back on you, bro. We can't change the word waiting list, right? Because when you get to a point of being established, sometimes you will have a waiting list, right? There's times that people call me, and because they have a client that's in a substance abuse program, they're in a 30 or a 60-day program, that they will ask me to put them on a waiting list because I am that substance abuse center's preferred vendor. So it's a difference when you are an established and preferred vendor to other organizations to where you do or you possibly may have a wait list. And what that looks like, and not to confuse everybody, but this is for an established ILF owner or housing provider that has very strong ties in the community, has very deep running relationships with organizations, and they technically don't want to release anybody to anyone else. That we've seen times where hospitals will hold somebody for 48 hours because we're, doing a room revamp, or we're doing certain things. Or I know I have move outs, like prime example, the lady that came today, I knew I had 2 move outs, and those were 2 private rooms that I knew were coming were going to be move outs. And this organization said, well, we can hold her at our facility for up to another 90 days until you have a spot
Jermaine is ready to move her in.
So that's a waiting list.
I like to put you in it when we're making an example. Forget Shay. 90 days until Jermaine says we got another bed available, because you that popular, sir. Back to that term again, preferred vendor.
Correct. So like I said, they literally just told me,
that's a good
right? I knew I've been talking to this case manager since January, I think it was the 15th. And I knew I had to move out at the end of January. And I said, well, listen, I can't make any promises. I'll do my assessment, but I can place her on my wait list. Because I don't know what's going to happen. What if somebody else comes in and is a better assessment? Or, the housing relationship is more connected, and this person comes in and it's a complete nightmare, right? So I did the assessment. She assessed very well. When they brought her to the house, I assessed her again, and she assessed again very well. I was able to set eyes on her. I was able to kind of see who she was, how she carried herself. What was her comorbidities? What was some of the issues she was, facing? Why was she placed there? Why was she there so long? And what would give them the pleasure to want to hold her for another possible 90 days until I had space, right? So all of that went into that. But again, it was a wait list. She was on my wait list. I had 3 other potential candidates on my wait list. But remember, I only had 2 private rooms available. So if I got 3 people, I have a wait list. So that's where the verbiage, and this is where using language in a particular place can set you up for success or set you up for failure. So when we say language is a locator, we really mean that.
That's good.
Because if you're using language in the wrong context or in the wrong conversation pertaining to a wrong to a just opening your house, you're not going to have a wait list. But you may have a case manager that knows you, that knows how you do business. You may have had houses before and you kind of stepped out of it and you're going back in it. And this relationship's like, oh my God, you're back. We'll hold them for 30 days. You have a wait list. So again, it's knowing when to put particular language in specific places.
I love it. And with that being said, take a listen to my two brothers, specifically my knucklehead brother David, also concerning property. We'll be right back.
David, I know you're not there yet, but remember I told you to act in faith, and while you're doing all the homework that I told you about earlier, always be looking for a property, whether that's on Zillow, Realtor.com, Facebook Marketplace, or word of mouth using your social media. Always be looking for a property, because you just never know when God's going to say, go, it's your time. Yeah, I remember that, but and you won't believe it, but I actually found a property, and it's in one of them HOAs. And see, David, I can tell already you haven't been listening, because that's one of my major rules, is that we never start an independent living facility in an HOA or a community association. Because always in the fine print, it's going to say something about you can't run a business inside of here and you can't not sublet, which is the entire model of what we do. Does that make sense?
All right, we are back. So don't be like my knucklehead brother David and get one of these houses in the HOA, because that's another rule that's usually not allowed. Usually in the fine print, it's going to tell you can't run no business in here.
Yeah.
Definitely not your housing program. So definitely check that out. So let's move over to, I think I'm going to say it right, Leah. And if I'm wrong, please, I'm
Leah J.
With names.
Leah J.
But watch this, sis. She says, I currently work at the VA and I want to house veterans. How would I get my name out there and build relationships with those specific caseworkers without being a conflict of interest to my job? So I'm now your new big brother. Welcome.
Right.
And the last thing I want you to do is lose your job. So your brother, me, was a social worker for 9 years. Now, I never teach people this, but I love to give the insight. When God gave me the vision of what this was, I was like, I am out of here. And I'll admit, my last probably 60 to 90 days, I was a real bad employee, because I was getting the word out so much about who I was, what I do, and how I can save the world when it comes to housing. But watch this. I always tell people, if this is a conflict of interest to your job, don't get yourself in trouble. Don't lose your job trying to get in this, right? But I'll admit, when I got the vision, my mind frame was a little different. I said, one of these things going to take a hit, and it can't be this dream. But I also had a great wife that had a great job that made a bunch of money. So in my mind, I said, man, if I mess this up, she'll be able to carry me like she always have my whole life. So if you knew
your whole life,
Shay, since we've been married, has always carried us financially. Some people are afraid to say that. Shay had a great job. I was a poor social worker making 28 grand a year. But when God gave me this vision, I said, boy, I got to get in that. And when that lady showed me, she was making 41 grand a month in roaches. I said, oh, this is going to be easy, because I'm going to do it the right way. This is going to make me a millionaire if she's making 41 grand housing people in roaches, bed bugs, and in squalor.
Right. Yeah.
But back to your question one more time. My veterans that I get don't even come from the VA. They come from regular hospitals, mental health associations, the Goodwill, and the Salvation Army.
And there's also other organizations too.
Most people think that they have to work with the VA to get veterans. Not true. I got videos of me walking to the hospital, a regular hospital, getting VAs. I got videos of me on my channel, of me walking into the into the VA. But my advice is, again, don't let this be a conflict of interest at your job, because at my job also had a housing program, which means I couldn't start one.
Right.
So I did it on the sly, but I don't coach y'all to do that. But there's a way to do social media, and for you to be behind the scenes. I just wouldn't market where you work at. There's a lot of places in your city where you can get people other than your job. So I'm real careful. I'm gonna let Shay hop in, but I'm real careful about telling people, protect the thing that's feeding your family right now.
Correct.
Your current job feeds your family. And as your brother, I don't want you to ruin that.
Yeah.
But there is a fine line between job that feeds my family, but completing the dream that God put in my heart. Which one is heavier when you put on that scale? For me, it was the dream that God gave me. And I believe in all my heart. God gave me grace my last 90 days at work. Because I came late, I left early, and when I was there, I wasn't focused. Because this thing now was the new thing on the block.
Yeah.
And I was the greatest employee ever at that place from 2019 to 2011 to 2019. If you was in my last presentation, I showed you the screenshot of when I drove off that property, never to return, until they called me now to pick up checks to house their people. So I know that was a long answer, sis. But the veterans, again, you don't have to work with the VA to get a veteran.
Yeah.
Because one more time, I don't want you to risk your job marketing at your job. There's 1,000 places around your city that you can go that has nothing to do with your job. And I'll land my plane there.
I'll add this, and it's just something simple. You also have to be mindful too, even like how Derek left his job. We didn't get any residents from that place until after a year of him leaving, because that was a part of their clause, right? He could not solicit or do business with them until he was out of position for 1 year. And it wasn't a conflict of interest, because of the fact that we were housing a population that they were not able to house. So there were things that there are nuances that go into that, especially when you work for an organization. There are some things that you sign on to when you start working there, right? In the hospital, I know for a fact, if you were, like, let's say if you were a support staff or a nurse or a tech in the OR, and you go now to leave from working the regular hospital job into now working for a vendor that comes into that hospital, you may not be able to come render services to that particular organization until that time frame is up, because of there's documents that you sign during your onboarding of work. So you want to make sure that you find out if there's anything that you did sign. But again, don't make the VA or Veterans Affairs be the only primary sole focus that is what you're looking at or you're highlighting mentally to obtain veterans. Derek houses quite a few veterans, and vets, again,
Marine vets, Navy vets,
they did not come from the VA. None of them came from the VA. So just know that, okay? I hope that answers your question, sis.
And
absolutely.
Heather said, "Can the people in the $5 group come to the Yes, everybody.
I'm actually going to post the event. I have to post the event in that group.
The masterclass is absolutely free, guys. So just text the word GROW to 407-326-0086. It's the same number that's scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah.
And it's 7:33. So I got less than 9 minutes. But if you text the word GROW to 407-326-0086, excuse me, that's how you sign up for the masterclass. Man, excuse me, I got hiccups. Masterclass February 17th. And trust me, it'll be at least 3 hours long, y'all, because I really go hard on those.
And our Q&A is pretty long,
that's going to be for people that maybe you can't afford to buy my coaching. When you come to a masterclass, if you're somebody that can move at the speed of instruction, and one of my greatest examples is people like Jermaine. Jermaine is somebody that can take instruction and listen and take off running.
Correct.
A lot of y'all ain't like that. I'll admit, I'm not like that. That skill that I'm always bragging on Jermaine about, I don't possess that. Yeah. A lot of times Shay said, Derek, you serious, bro? Like, you don't get that? And no, sometimes I got to be told things over and over. But Jermaine, once I got it, oh, Lord, I'm like a bulldog. You can't take it from me.
Right.
But sometimes it takes me longer than the average bear to make something click in this brain of mine. That's why Jermaine don't know it, but he kind of do. Jermaine's going to be featured on our channel to talk about our DIY product. Most of y'all want that collective or the one-on-one coaching. What if you had the DIY where I gave you everything you needed and you just follow the instruction? This guy got a 15-bed facility, y'all, and it's full, and he only bought the DIY. How did he do that?
Yeah.
Can 10 of y'all put in the chat, Jermaine, how did you do that and you never talked to Derek? You only bought the DIY, bro? Like, 10 of y'all should be wondering, like, how does that happen? First of all, it's kind of his makeup.
Yeah. Right?
The second part is the grit and the grind that he has. I like to think he keep God in it somewhere, because without God, it also ain't going to work. Yep. I'm giving y'all the cheat code, guys, but he's moving at what we call the speed of instruction, moving at the speed of revelation.
Yeah.
Right? So let's go. Yeah. Somebody put in the chat, regular hospitals, mental health, goodwill. Yep. Oh, he just renamed stuff. Also, because the room has grown, type in the chat if you're new to us. I only got 10 minutes left, and I want to bless y'all with something real quick. Type in the chat the word new if you're new to us. Also list where you're located. Where are you located? And Shay, really quickly, on that masterclass on the 17th, will you be touching on the nonprofit side at all?
I will. Yeah.
Okay.
So if for you, those of you that don't know, that's always been a question in ILF Academy too. Do we do this as a for-profit or non-profit? So Derek and I, for-profit, non-profit. So there's two different ways you can skin a cat, right? I will be talking about this at the event, and I'll also have a special for my Know Before You Go nonprofit course. I'm in the process. I just completed an e-workbook so that you can walk through the steps of your getting or obtaining your 501c3 or building your board, your organization on paper, so that way you're prepared to enter into the space. But yeah, I am a 501c3 nonprofit organization. I just talked Derek into having Forston Consultants write me a grant to do something fun.
My arm, y'all.
So guys, y'all be on the lookout. We're taking all of our able-bodied, not able-bodied, but more of our energetic residents. We going to SeaWorld, folks. We're taking our residents to SeaWorld coming up.
Once it warms up.
Yeah, so our weather starts changing. So that's the grant. Derek's going to write a grant for the Angela Denise Foundation to provide a day out with the residents. So we're going to do SeaWorld and then dinner and then just have a day with our residents. That's something that I always do for our residents because I'm a 501c3. So like for me, I do spa days. I'm able to do a lot of different things that I can get donations or grants for. So I'm actually going to have him write a grant. So when I say a grant, well, I'm going to write the grant and what it's going to be for, and it will be an annually recurring thing that he's going to opt into, that one of our other businesses will opt into. And it's going to go to more than just the SeaWorld trip, but it's going to be for that time of just fellowship and fun. So that's going to be that grant, and I'll write it and it'll be approved by the board. And then Derek could go ahead and run me my money. He'll run the organization, pleasure, our money. But this is why I say it's so fun when you have other entities, when you have other businesses, and then you can leverage those businesses to help fund the things that you're doing with your nonprofit. Like Digital Flow Solutions will also be doing some things with the Angela Denise Foundation. We're going to be teaching some classes on AI and tech, teaching our more mentally stable residents that are into tech and wanting to grow, how they can grow, right? How they can be entrepreneurs and business owners. So like, again, it's fun. Those are the things that I can do as a nonprofit 501c3, and Derek gets to benefit from it, not personally, but from the business standpoint, right? Forston Consultants gets to benefit because the Forston Consultants can partner with our nonprofit, and all the other organizations and individuals can pour into our nonprofit and be able to, again, allow us to pretty much go as big as we want to in our giving back to the community and to the people that we serve. Right. So this year we were able to feed over, we fed, I think it was 50 ILF residents. I think it was over 50 campaign. For Thanksgiving. We fed over 50 something residents locally. So ILFs that are local to us. No, it was more than that. Whatever. Then we were able to partner with another community program and feed over 500. So, those are the things that I'm able to do by getting grants, by having donors, by having all sorts of other things that I can do to acquire funds and expand the reach of what we're doing in the community. So not only am I an ILF owner and operator, my organization has an ILF as a part of our program, and I'm able to partner with banks. Like I get a bank every year from First Horizons Bank. Thank you for y'all support. I'll be meeting with them pretty soon just to go over last year's statistics and data and what we've done and what our plans are for this year and how they can help us. So like prime example, getting a van. There's something that the Angela Denise Foundation wants to do. They've got connections. We've got the capacity to carry it in the community, and they normally really, really fight behind us and walk with us. So that's it.
Good stuff. So as it's 7:40, looks like I'm doing good on time. I have 5 minutes left, but if Jermaine will give me probably 11 more minutes, I got a little bit more to share. But let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Most people don't fail because they're broke. They fail because they're not in the right room. The ILF Academy is not another Facebook group. It's the cheapest and most affordable access point to learning the independent living facility model. In fact, my master class that I taught, it was over 3 hours and 58 minutes. I put that inside of this $5 group. And if you know anything about me, guys, only my one-on-one people get that kind of coaching. But I'm giving it to you all because I want no excuses this year that you didn't know how to get started. So the ILF Academy Elite is only $5, and I'm going to put the link below. We'll see you there.
Saturday. Oh, we're back. You
We're
just see me
back.
talking to the YouTube, my Facebook people. So Facebook again, y'all come over to YouTube. Jermaine's going to give me 11 more minutes and I'm going to close you guys out. So for all of my new people, put in the chat one more time, new, because I want to just show you guys real quick where this all came from. And then I want to show you guys what we offer. But don't forget, February 17th, absolute free masterclass for the ILF model. And you just go text the word GROW to the number that you see scrolling below on that screen. Can everybody see me? Can y'all see y'all big brother on that screen in that jacket? Dressed up real nice at work. Look at all those boards and things that I'm a part of. But that's baloney when I was making only $28,000 a year. So here's my story for all the new people. This is what I saw when I dreamed of starting my own housing program.
Correct.
The rats, the roaches, the filth, and the grime.
Yeah.
The lady that I seen making $41,000 a month. Y'all, this is the conditions that she did it in.
Yeah.
How many of y'all, it breaks your heart to know that somebody was making 41 grand a month and they was doing it in conditions like what you see on the screen?
It's terrible.
Ran into a lady that was sleeping on the kitchen floor. Like, this is the kind of stuff that would break your heart. And I'd say this, and I'm serious. If this don't break your heart, you on the wrong YouTube channel. If you can watch somebody make 41 grand a month and it don't break your heart, like, I'll admit you on the wrong channel.
Yeah.
Look at this kitchen, burnt up, cabinets falling apart, beds on the floor. And because I knew y'all wasn't gonna believe me, I took pictures of it. But I'm y'all new big brother now.
Yeah.
And because I've seen it all, I was a social worker for 9 years that saw people house people in these conditions. And here I am making 28 grand a year praying that God change my life and get me into real estate. That's most of y'all. What's cool to how God sets this all up, we pray for people just like y'all. You think you bumped into me just by chance. We call that for such a time as this. Because you probably been praying to get into real estate. You probably been saying, God, I want to help people. And God, it's more to it than life than my job.
Yep.
10 of y'all put in the chat, it's more to it than life than my job.
Yeah.
And when I saw a lady that also told me, Derek, I'll never teach you this, bro. She said, you keep sending me these people. And one Saturday, I took it upon myself just to go and see what it looked like. And when I saw the conditions of where I, Mr. Social Worker, was sending people, I said, Shay, I can no longer be a part of this.
Yeah. And
the straw that broke the camel back is when I went to one of these places on a Saturday morning and ran into, I'm going to just call her Stacy. I'm like, Stacy, what you doing here? She said, Derek, really, bro, you sent me here like 3 days ago. Y'all, it broke my heart. I said, Stacy, well, where your room at? Because look at all these people in here. Y'all, it was about 14 people in a 3-bedroom house, and one of the bedrooms had a lock on the door. Stacy walked me to the kitchen, y'all, and in front of the kitchen stove, she had a 3-inch mat about 3 feet long. And she says, Mr. Derek, this is where I sleep at. I said, Lord, have mercy. How much you pay to live here? She said, my family only pays, she said, only pays $750 for her to sleep on the harsh floor.
And I remember you coming home from that. I remember
Shay,
that.
I'm telling these people, if that don't break their heart, Shay, they're on the wrong channel. I'm a business guy, y'all. I coach a lot of stuff in business, but if your heart ain't in this is the wrong one. I can teach you something else.
And I'll say this too, Derek, it's not a get rich quick scheme, right? This is not this is for people that really have the heart, the capacity to deal with people on the verge, on the fringes of life, right? Some days you just may need to be, you may end up being a shoulder for them to cry on. You may be the person that encourages them one day because they're just, it's heavy. Life is heavy, right? And a lot of people don't realize that. They think it's just about filling beds and making the money, but you have to have a heart. You have to have compassion. You have to have the want to do this. Like today, I'm telling you, Derek, I haven't, because we've been going so much, I hadn't had the time to just go and sit on the couch with my ladies, kick my shoes off, have my cup of coffee, joke around and watch YouTube shorts with them and just have a good time. And that's what I did today. And sometimes your presence means so much to this population that we serve. And them just feeling like, again, them feeling loved and wanted, them feeling valued.
Yeah.
Why you think I go and why you think I have people that call me every year? Massage therapists, nail technicians, hair stylists that say, hey, we would love to partner with you this year for your spa day. We want to come and it's a ladies group that came and did Christmas with my ladies, a Bible study group of a group of ladies that got together. They had healthcare jobs and they all got together and formed a Bible study, and they found out about me because of my past working history in healthcare. And they decided they wanted to come and pour into my ladies. I got a text message on Sunday. Can we come back? We want to come back. We miss our girls. We miss our girls. We miss our ladies. That's what they say. We just want to spend time with our ladies. Yeah, I'll get a barbecue, set it up. Y'all can have barbecue at the house. Why not? Oh, really? That's allowed? Yes. Oh, yes, we're in. So again, it's more to it's more to it. Yeah. So I just implore you all, before you don't get so excited about the fact that you can make so much money in this. Get excited about the impact that you can make in the lives that you serve.
Because money follows ministry. It's going to be a part of what you're doing anyway.
Yeah.
So if you do it the right way, can three of y'all put in the chat, money follows ministry? And one more time, if you keep God first, like your conscience, the Holy Spirit, God won't allow you to mistreat people like that. My brother used to always say this, y'all, and he dead and gone now. But one day we're going to be held accountable for how we treated these people. Yeah. I would hate to be standing before God and he said, Derek, man, you know what? You prayed for a way out. You prayed for a way to get into real estate and to make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And Derek, I'll be that gummed. I gave it to you and you mistreated them people.
Yep.
Lord have mercy. That can't be me. Can 10 of y'all put in the chat? That will not be me, Derek.
Well, not
making
me.
41. If you made 41 grand a month, would that change your life a little bit?
Yeah.
10 of y'all answer that. Because again, as I was making 28 grand a year, and that lady said, Derek, I'll never teach you this, bro. You keep sending me them people. I said, Lord have mercy. But lucky for y'all, and I'm moving on. It took me 2 years and I lost 60 pounds trying to figure this out. Y'all, I used to be kind of chubby, but when God gave me this dream, I couldn't eat and I couldn't sleep until I thought I had it.
Yeah.
And now lucky for y'all, and because I'm no crab in the bucket, we go all over the world now spewing this thing. Our coaching right now is in 41 states and it's working all 50 states.
Yeah.
And this is what it should look like. And I'll be honest, this ain't hard. Because most of our setups are gently used stuff. But look how great this stuff looks.
Yeah.
Why you think the social worker told Shay, I would love to bring all my people here if they look like this?
And can I tell you the joke, Derek? My room wasn't even a quarter of the way set up. Because the individuals that moved out had all of their own furniture and they were with me when we got this location. So it wasn't like so they brought their own stuff. So I had to literally, just kind of move stuff around, get stuff out of storage, set things up. And it's not even fully finished, Derek. Like there's no pictures on the walls. It's just a dresser and a bed in the room. And she was just like, they felt the presence of God. They felt peace. She said, I just feel so warm. This just feels so comfortable. The ladies got to meet her and they were like, oh, she's so sweet. She got to interact with the ladies that she's going to live with. And that's never a thing that I do.
Exactly.
That is not something I do.
But
okay.
With that social
because
worker,
the social work. Yep. That's the only reason why I did it. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
So guys, watch this. We're going to take one more break and we'll be right back. Because again, I just want to make sure. So do me a favor. Let's be interactive. And I love how y'all are putting stuff in the chat. We've been together less than 49 minutes and 38 seconds.
Yeah.
And everybody tell Jermaine thank you, because Jermaine will make me shut this thing down. So everybody say thank you, Jermaine, for letting Derek go a little over today. But can three of y'all, I don't care if three of y'all say it, can three of y'all say, Derek, man, I really get this, bro. This ain't rocket science. This is the love of God, social services, and real estate mixed all together.
Yeah.
And if you got a real good blender, what we do is put God, social service, case management, and real estate all in the blender, and we pour it all over our city, and we call it affordable housing.
Correct.
One last break, and we're going to get you guys out of here. But does this make sense? 3 of y'all put in the chat say, bro, this makes sense, Derek.
Dennis, would you happen to have like a list of things that you did wrong in the beginning when you first started your independent living facility? Like, what kind of mistakes that you made? David, that's actually a great question, right? Even coming from you. I wrote a book that's entitled How to Avoid the ILF Fiasco. And in fact, David, it's the 12 dumbest mistakes that are ever made. And because I didn't want other people to make them, I put it in a book. So go to forstonconsultants.com. That's again, forstonconsultants.com, and check it out. That's where you can find all of our ebooks, all of our coaching, and more information about live events. Well, I'm going to just have to do that then, because that sounds like a good starting point to me. And then I'm going to come to y'all Jacksonville 31st event. I need to be live around y'all too. That's fine, David, but can I ask what's up with the hat and the sweat across the neck? Like, what's that all about?
Been doing this about 10 years, guys.
Right.
I'm having a conversation with
Facebook.
back.
We are back. So I'm gonna drop all of this stuff down. I got 1,000 pictures.
I'm comfortable. I don't put my back in the chair now.
Yeah, I think you guys get it. So I appreciate you guys saying thank you to Jermaine, because Jermaine, I got 8 minutes left for me to say that I did it in an hour.
You keep adding them minutes.
So I'm gonna try to go now. So watch this. But right before I go, the Lopez family, Sanchez family, and the Martin family was asking me, what other packages do we offer?
Right.
Well, first of all, the first thing we offer is what we call a no excuse zone. So 7 days a week, I'm live right here. Guys, I am unbeatable and I'm hard to miss on social media.
Correct.
Shay and I, 7 days a week, are right here at 7 p.m. Eastern. So every one of y'all should subscribe right now, and also share this room with somebody you know that love God, love people, and love real estate. So 7 days a week, Forston Consultants, make sure you subscribe. The next best way to get into is I got a $5 elite group. Guys, it's $5 a month, which is 16 cents a day. The coolest part about this class or this group of
and
people,
this will answer the pastor's question.
Correct.
So go for it.
My 2 master classes that I never give, what I just call just general public, or if it ain't got a big price tag on it, I never do that. For the first time in life, y'all, I put my ILF master class, the one I taught, the same one I'm doing on the 17th. The last one I did is in that group. This one just gonna have new stuff like mobile home talk. How can we do this in a manufactured home? Nonprofit talk. But everybody, unless you get my one-on-one coaching, every one of y'all should get this $5 group.
Yeah,
no matter what.
Just to even watch the master class.
Because the master classes for the ILF and the HRA are unbeatable in an answer every question you have. Zoning, insurance, how to get people, how to kick them out if need be, everything. And how to get this, I'm going to put it in the chat real quick.
Discharge.
If you text the word 5 to 407-326-0086, that'll let you get inside of that group. So one more time, text the word 5 to 407-326-0086, and I got 6 minutes left. The most recommended coaching is what I want all of y'all to get to, is the ILF Mastery Blueprint Collective. That starts February 11th.
I'm excited
if I'm right about that.
Correct.
Right?
It's a Wednesday.
That's my group coaching where we all gonna grow and learn together. And every 2 weeks, I'm gonna be in your face instructing you
for
on what
a
to
year.
Do. For a whole year, you get me every 14 days in your face. So if you love this, can you imagine us being our own private group where YouTube ain't blocking me from saying certain stuff and teaching certain stuff? We get down in the private groups, y'all.
Yeah.
This one right here, guys, is only $4,997. We still got 3 slots left for people to get a $2,000 discount on this one.
Yep.
So if you take $4,997, that's almost $5,000, and you minus $2,000 from it, that's what I'm giving you as a scholarship. And I got 3 spots left. If you want that, text the word deal, DEAL. And I hope you're taking notes, guys, because I'll be going in 4 minutes. Text the word deal to that same phone number, 407-326-0086. 3 more people can get a $2,000 scholarship, and the only requirement is to leave us a 5-star Google review.
That's it.
Easy. And that's worth $2,000. Okay. The very next one is the most popular. Now, most people love this because they get me one-on-one. They get my phone number. I'm in their back pocket. And you get everything the collective get. And what's real cool, even though y'all get me one-on-one and can get coaching anytime, you guys also join the collective every 2 weeks. no extra charge. Because my one-on-one people, I spoil y'all and y'all get everything. The one-on-one coaching is $7,500. That's one-on-one coaching and ends next year, probably forever. Everybody will be in my collective or that $5 group, probably moving forward from 2026.
Yeah.
Watch this. This is the one that Jermaine Mills got. Jermaine, can you shout me out in the chat, bro? This is my DIY. What's cool about it? You get everything my one-on-one people get. You get the virtual assistant from the Philippines.
Yep.
You get the digital marketing company that we give you to market this thing. You get the phone system. So your business phone, that's on me. Your AI bots and automations on me. And this is only $997. So it gives you everything except Derek. That's what I meant earlier when I told you that if you're like Jermaine and you look like a soldier in the army and you can follow direction, you don't need my one-on-one coaching.
Right.
But if you hard-headed like me, or it take you a little longer to get stuff, don't even waste your time with the DIY.
And then what they can do with the DIY, let's say you are somebody like Jermaine
She
that
gonna
can
stretch my time out, Jay.
You can literally join and upgrade to our private family talk group where we meet once a month with everybody that is in the ILF Mastery Blueprint. And we have family talk. We discuss whatever's going on and we answer questions and all that good stuff every month.
Yep. And then the HRA Business in the Box, I'll admit, guys, 90% of y'all probably should start here. Only if you desire to only make referrals, though. Because the HRA is the training grounds to build relationships and to get your phone ringing. You master this coaching, you can go get 55 houses tomorrow, and I believe you can fill them.
Yeah.
But if you don't master the HRA, don't get no houses. And what's cool, the HRA training is in every one of the other coachings.
Yes.
So I tell people, unless you say you only desire to make referrals and you don't want no property, don't get this. But my two women that are in their 70s that bought this package, they said, Derek, I don't want no house and I don't want to deal with them people.
And they love it.
But God told me to help them, but I want to do that referral thing you talk about, Derek. That's this one. It's called the HRA Business in the Box. Again, the website build out on me and my team. I take care of it. Your business phone line on me and my team. All them AI bots and automations on me. The paperwork and the contract to do this business on me.
Yeah.
I paid my lawyer thousands to be able to give y'all the paperwork. Prime example, in the one-on-one coaching, the collective and the DIY, when I went through that $40,000 lawsuit and made the Channel 8 News y'all the wrong way, my lawyer charged me $8,000 to build that paperwork. I give it to y'all. You just put your name on it and your business name.
And the
tell me what coach do that. So if you good at math, my paperwork I give you is worth more than the package I'm charging you for.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope they get it. And last but not least, Jermaine, is at 7:58 and I'm done. This is where I love to ask people, and I just want you to put it in the chat. I'm going to pray you guys out and I'm gone. After hearing this tonight, which one of these fits you the most? The free coaching, 7 days a week on YouTube? The $5 group? Is it the one-on-one coaching? Is it the DIY? Or do you want me in your face every 14 days in that collective group coaching? Do you want me one-on-one to where you get me when you want it, Monday through Friday, right? 10 to 4. So I just want 10 of y'all to put in the chat from what you heard tonight and what you get from us so far, which one of these packages fit your learning style? Because all of this is according to how you learn. So if you a DIY like Jermaine, you don't need my one-on-one.
DIY.
Jermaine said, I'm going to save my money. I'm going to get this other stuff and come to YouTube every day. That's the cheat code. DIY, $5 group. Come here 7 days a week.
Yeah, or the $47 group.
But if you say, no, Derek, I'm busy. I got this going. A lady just bought it yesterday, though, one-on-one. She said, Derek, I don't want that group coaching. I don't want your DIY because I'm busy. I travel. I'm a part-time pastor and a nurse. Derek, I want you when I'm ready. No problem. That's why she bought one-on-one.
And it was so funny because I surely tried to get in the collective.
Okay. So I'm done. And believe it or not, guys, I'm going to pray you guys out of here and get y'all out of here. So I pray God's best on your life and your business. And I want all of y'all to visit forstonconsultants.com. Don't you buy nothing from me before praying and talking to God, your family, and watching that webinar. Do not. I am not desperate for you to buy my stuff. Talk to God first. Somebody just did it. I put it up on my screen. Talk to your family and watch the webinar. And if you're real smart, you get in that $5 group and watch the masterclass. That's for hours because it'll answer probably 96% of every question you have. Other than that, Now unto him
that is
that
able
is
to do
able to do exceedingly abundantly above all
we
we
could
can
ever
ever ask or think,
according to God's power
that worketh in us. It is 8 o'clock on the dot. So watch this. Father God, thank you so much for the seed that was sown tonight. Thank you for the ability to give what you just gave Shay and I.
Yes, Lord.
Father God, by your Holy Spirit, bring all of this information back to their remembrance. And God, let it stick.
Yes.
And most importantly, God, give them the mind of Christ and an able body to do so. And God, let no devil in hell stop them from what you already put in their heart. Not their community, not a family member, not a hater, God, not even a city official. Because God, you said when we do unto the poor and the needy, it's like doing it unto you.
Yeah.
You said that when we help the least of thee, the marginalized, the homeless, God, you said it's like it's doing you a favor. So God, will you open up every avenue for these people? Because God, you know favoritism over people. You love that lady that was housing people in roaches, just like you love us and these folks. But God, we're going to do it the right way.
Yes.
And we'll be ever so careful to give you all the glory and you all the praise. In fact, God, we take no credit. God, we decrease so that you can increase inside of us. So God, we call it so today that this thing will work. This thing will work and nobody in their city will stop it. These people will be known for affordable housing through the independent living facility model. And God, one more time, we'll stand on the soapbox and give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. And one more time, now unto him that is able to do exceedingly. God, that means he can blow the socks off of your feet in terms of what you even thinking. Abundantly above all you can think, according to God's power that worketh in you and in your family. Amen. Amen. Jesus' name. Amen. All right, we are out of here. Shay, I love you like a fat kid loves cake.
Oh, my bad.
And we out of here, y'all.
If this is your first time ever joining us, first of all, I want to say thank you. Second of all, I hope you're enjoying the content. But probably most importantly, I want you guys to text more info to the phone number 407-326-0086. That's going to give you our introductory webinar that breaks all of this down. And it also gives you a call with someone on our team to answer every question you have before moving forward. Because remember, I don't want you to buy nothing before you have a clear understanding of what this is and how to operate it. So one more time, text only these two words, more info, to 407-326-0086, and you will get an immediate download. You click that, you put your name, email address, and phone number, instant download. After watching that webinar, which is about 55 minutes long, first of all, it's going to change your life. Second of all, make sure you book that call, and then you join us 7 days a week on our YouTube channel right here at Forston Consultants, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's go. Most people don't fail because they're broke. They fail because they're not in the right room. The ILF Academy is not another Facebook group. It's the cheapest and most affordable access point to learning the independent living facility model. In fact, my masterclass that I taught, it was over 3 hours and 58 minutes. I put that inside of this $5 group. And if you know anything about me, guys, only my one-on-one people get that kind of coaching. But I'm giving it to you all because I want no excuses this year that you didn't know how to get started. So the ILF Academy Elite is only $5, and I'm going to put the link below. We'll see you there. The first step to getting started with your own independent living facility is texting the phrase more info to 407-326-0086. One more time, if you text the phrase more info to that phone number, we're going to give you an immediate text message. You fill out your name, email address, and phone number, and we're going to send it to you instantly to watch it with you and your family or you and your team. And then if you have questions, we want you to join us 7 days a week on our YouTube channel so that we can learn and grow together. But if you think that you want to move forward with one of our coaching products, we'll also speak to you by phone just to make sure that you understand fully what you're getting yourself into. And again, it starts with our webinar. So text more info to the phone number 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success.
Hey, Derek. I just want to ask, what's the biggest benefit of independent living facility?
Well, in my opinion, the best form of real estate is shared housing. That's why we invented the independent living facility model, because we view it like this. Why get one house and rent to one income, right? A family usually, mom, dad, 3 kids. What the ILF model does, it allows you to take that same 4-bed, 2-bath home and take 8 people from homeless to hopeful. That's the benefit of shared housing.
So, what's the secret to being so successful in the ILF housing model?
The biggest secret literally that we have, and it's kind of no secret because we always say it, we keep God first, right? We love people and we love real estate. So we live by this thing that says that we want to please God, right? Because we believe that if you do that, man, everything else can just fall in place. We believe in helping people. And that's something that's actually in the Bible. God says that when you do unto the least of thee, it's like you're doing it unto him. We also believe in being respected by our community while we're doing it. When I first started this, guys, nobody knew me. Today, we're really well known, but not because of how great I am. It's because of the housing program that's changing the lives in the city in which we live in. And then the last part about it, I want you guys to make enough money to feed your family. So one more time, we believe in pleasing God, helping people, being respected by the community, but I also want you to make enough money to feed your family. And you can do that while doing the independent living facility model. So just text more info, just those two words, more info, to 407-326-0086. And that's the first starting point.
David, I know you're not there yet, but remember I told you to act in faith, and while you're doing all the homework that I told you about earlier, always be looking for a property, whether that's on Zillow, Realtor.com, Facebook Marketplace, or word of mouth using your social media. Always be looking for a property because you just never know when God's going to say, go, it's your time. Yeah, I remember that, but and you won't believe it, but I actually found a property and it's in one of them HOAs. And see, David, I can tell already you haven't been listening because that's one of my major rules is that we never start an independent living facility in an HOA or a community association. Because always in the fine print, it's going to say something about you can't run a business inside of here and you can't not sublet, which is the entire model of what we do. Does that make sense? Dennis, would you happen to have a list of things that, you did wrong in the beginning when you first started your independent living facility? Like what kind of mistakes that you made?
David, that's actually a great question, right? Even coming from you. I wrote a book that's entitled How to Avoid the ILF Fiasco. And in fact, David, it's the 12 dumbest mistakes that are ever made. And because I didn't want other people to make them, I put it in a book. So go to forstonconsultants.com. That's again, forstonconsultants.com and check it out. That's where you can find all of our ebooks, all of our coaching, and more information about live events.
Well, I'm going to just have to do that then because that sounds like a good starting point to me. And then I'm going to come to y'all Jacksonville 31st event. I need to be live around y'all too.
That's fine, David, but can I ask what's up with the hat and the sweat across the neck? Like, what's that all about?
Hey, Dennis, I was watching one of your replays on your YouTube channel, over there at Forston Consultants, and you said something about paying us as an affiliate if we refer somebody to y'all and they get the coaching, you will pay me. Like, what does that mean?
David, do you listen or understand anything we talk about? And yes, that's true. We'll literally pay you for using your affiliate link that if you drive somebody to us for the coaching and they get it, we pay you 40%. We started that last year. Not sure how long Derek could continue to do that, but David, get in now. Text the word affiliate to 407-326-0086. Fill out the information and you're in. It's that easy.
Wow, man. That's a heck of a deal because basically you telling me if I refer somebody to you for your one-on-one coaching, you're going to give me 40% of that.